Deadpool is a timeless story of a hitman who is diagnosed with terminal cancer. This particular person volunteers for an experiment intended to grant him healing abilities and superpowers. He winds up disfigured and absolutely unkillable. He's an unkillable mercenary who won't stop snarking, has a deep, unapologetic love of the late Bay Arthur, has an alarming craving for chimichangas, and seems to think he's a character in a comic book. This is a video covering the fact or the reasons why Deadpool is one of the most amazing R-rated comic book characters of all time. Before I start, if you like these kind of videos, if you like presentations or presentation on various topics, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and more importantly, subscribe. Deadpool has been a morally ambiguous character in the Marvel Universe, but this individual is always desperate or mostly desperate to be a hero, but sometimes he does not hesitate going on that shooting spree for what he believes is the right cause. He backs his friends, but sometimes even tortures them if he has that hint of a feeling that they are being absolutely horrible, that they are doing some form of betrayal. Deadpool made his debut in New Mutants 98. It introduced a snide, sword wielding assassin hired by the mysterious Mr. Tolliver to kill Cable. Wade Wilson, also known as Deadpool, had enhanced physical skills and regenerative ability that made him virtually immortal, helping him to shrug off otherwise lethal injuries. His creation was also inspired by DC Comics assassin Slade Wilson, also known as Deathstroke the Terminator. In the early stories in New Mutants and X-Force, Deadpool is a vicious character and acts without doubt and remorse. But Deadpool, the circle chase is quite a turning point. A forced brain scan causes Wade to relive all the traumatic experiments performed on him and experience, he states, with a voice that is shaking as a violation. When Vanessa risks her life to save his, despite how they became enemies, he has an epiphany. He's ashamed that he never really thought or never really questioned the person he became, and declares defiantly that he's more than just a biological weapon. Although there's more to cover in the universe of Deadpool, this video will focus on why this cinematic masterpiece or cinematic movie is so popular, and here are the reasons why. One of the reasons why Deadpool movies are so successful is because it's a breath of fresh air. It's an R-rated superhero movie and the jokes don't hold back. In inducting Deadpool into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one of the few worries of the minds of the audiences has been the integration of Deadpool's particular sense of humor, particular brand of humor. Since Deadpool is that big of an adult or an R-rated character, he's always been cracking jokes that would not be in line with the family-friendly version of the MCU. MCU is very family-friendly. Therefore, the jokes people thought might not happen in these movies, but they were so wrong, and the movies have lived up to the hype of. Another aspect of why the Deadpool movies are so awesome is that it is a breath of fresh air. It breaks the fourth wall. One aspect of the comics that made it so funny and so fun and so enjoyable was the habit of Deadpool turning directly to the reader and speaking to him or her. On the one hand, you might think this takes you out of the moment and undermines the action, but the great thing about the film is the timing of these moments. One of the reasons why the movies are so successful and the reasons why the movie is doing so well, one reason being is the character or is the casting of the character Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is essentially Deadpool. It looks like he is born to play the role. Even when, God rest his soul, Stan Lee, the creator of so many classic comic books, is on board with this casting, then that means you're doing something absolutely right. It's also the role Ryan Reynolds wanted to do all his life. We know he's done it before and even tried his hand at being the Green Lantern, but this version of Deadpool is just as he wanted it to be. Another reason why the films are doing so well is that Deadpool, the movie, just like the comics, does not take itself seriously. That means they can crack a joke light-heartedly, even though it's so adult but and so R-rated. It cracks a joke light-heartedly to itself and gives the viewer that humor that everyone is now looking for these days. So these have been the few of the reasons why I feel Deadpool these days have had a great share of success, why Deadpool is so brilliant, and as the title suggests, why the Deadpool movies are so awesome. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to turn the bell notification on so that you know when these videos make an appearance.